We go through life building awareness of the things that make us feel anxious, fearful, jealous, angry, ashamed, and just kind of generally emotionally uncomfortable or emotionally disturbed. And the thing is that when we kind of avoid these things, not only are we not addressing the root cause, but we're also kind of missing out in life sometimes by avoiding these things. And we're missing out just because of fear of our emotional body and like fear of this sensation within us. And we're also when we are faced with these things, then we can tend to feel emotionally overwhelmed and kind of not prepared, unable to deal with the situation. And so by actually avoiding these things, we're kind of missing out on this opportunity to become more masterful of our mind and ourselves. So instead of running away from these emotional triggers and kind of mental disturbances, we actually can run into them. And in Tibetan Buddhism, they call this adding wood to the fire. So when we add wood to the fire, we are deliberately facing these difficult situations so as to become more masterful and so as to kind of work with ourselves and work with the mind and the emotional body. And obviously the universe just kind of throws us challenges anyway. But in this instance where we're seeing the things that we're afraid of, we're seeing our weaknesses and our emotional triggers, and we are really running into them. And obviously maybe you already do this, but it's good to make this a conscious practice. Some examples are being fear of crowds, public speaking, maybe confessing to someone about something that's quite embarrassing or that we're ashamed of. Maybe we're a little bit anxious in particular social situations. Maybe particular people kind of anger us, approaching someone that we're interested in, just being around someone that makes us feel jealous potentially. When adding wood to the fire, I find that it's best to completely detach from any outcome of what you expect to achieve moving forward with this experience that you have over and over, this fear or this trigger. And it's best to just approach it realizing that yes, you could be faced with the same situation again, and the internal experience, the internal sensation is the same, it's still there. It may be lessened, you know, you might find it easier to go through this experience the next time, who knows. But the main thing is that you want to approach that situation with just this focus on staying conscious throughout it, watching yourself go through this experience, watching the emotions within you and feeling them, allowing them, accepting them. And just kind of realizing that they are this temporary sensation within you that will fade away, you know. And this is practice for you. How conscious can you stay through this experience? All of this enables us to really become comfortable with uncomfortable sensation. And this is such a superpower, because what it does is it really enables us to not be afraid to push ourselves out of our comfort zone in life. And you know, that is a great skill to have. Trust me, getting out of your comfort zone is where amazing things can happen. And yeah, it enables us to move through life more masterfully, not being afraid of our emotional body, being warriors, and being courageous. Behind fear is joy. This is what I always say. It's so true. So many of the amazing things that have happened in my life have happened through facing these challenging emotions and going through them and seeing what's on the other side. The mind will come in with its stories based on past experiences, based on belief systems, conditioning. It will have something to say about the event, but again, this is just something to be observed and not believed, because it isn't us. We observe this inner monologue, we see what it's saying, but we do not believe it. The mental disturbances that have been created, they provide this kind of excellent opportunity to try and maintain a steady mind without allowing thoughts to race through and overtake us. How conscious and observant and how peaceful can we remain through this experience? The mind might be going crazy, but how much can we really tune into that still presence, the unconditioned awareness that is actually prior to the mind as it all unfolds. So you see, when we no longer avoid these things that tend to disturb our mental peace and our emotional body, then we actually learn how to rely more on the part of us that exists beyond the mind and the emotions, the actual pure awareness itself. So I just want to give you a few examples of how I've recently been doing this just in my own life. So just a small personal example. The other day there was a spider in my room, and it's very cliche, I know, but I'm not too good with spiders. They just make me feel I have actually managed to tweak my attitude towards spiders now a little bit. So the actual mental approach towards the spider now is that they're quite funny to look at and they're a bit comical the way they move, but it's still, I still feel this emotional response inside of me. It just kind of triggers something. So I approach the spider, I watch what's going on internally, I watch my mind, and suddenly the experience is just so much less intense. I'm able to glide through it, and I get a little piece of paper and a cup and I put it over, and I'm just so conscious of everything that's happening to me throughout the experience, realizing that I am having this experience right now and that it is temporary. And you know, by having this kind of observer perspective, there's also so much logic that comes into it as well, obviously. Another example is this person in my life that is absolutely wonderful. Like, our whole connection is very entrenched in love. It's not toxic at all. However, they have a way of kind of mirroring my shadows in a way, showing me my insecurities, my shadows, so I know that they're good for me. I'm not going to avoid this relationship. As I say, it's not toxic. Actually, I go straight into it, and I'm very aware that I'm going to have this angry response sometimes. It's usually anger. So this relationship, instead of leaving it out of fear of the emotional unrest that it's going to cause, I actually go into it full force, very, very consciously, and using this as an opportunity to really master my anger. So add wood to the fire wherever you feel intuitively guided to in life. As I say, life will provide us with these challenges regardless. So why not use your freedom and courage to deliberately kind of choose your challenges here and there, and provide yourself with an opportunity to really, you know, practice becoming the witness of your world some more. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. My name's Jasmine. Please like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and I'm offering free 21-minute sessions if you want to speak to me one-on-one. So thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye 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 bye.